Hello. How are we doing today? How's the light looking? That's... yeah. This is the problem with me having tidied my room, is some things are slightly out of spot. There we go. How are we doing today? Look at what I have working again. Look what I freed up. It's free to move again. I'm not even using this class straight away. Jeremy, Paul, Chris, Jew. How are we all doing today? Drastic Dan, hello. You have Android Pie. I didn't know you could make pie out of androids. The wheel! It is seeing the daylights. Yes. I said part of the reason I wanted to tidy my room is to get this bad boy back out. It's back out. We got the wheel. What's the wheel like? It's behaving. Nothing's changed. I'm now on 4.3. Which is great. And that means that the multiplayer will be back this weekend. I want to tweak the server a lot though, in the meantime. Cartworks has been badgering me to update the mods. Operation Room Tie was mostly a success. Operation Fill the Bin was a complete success. Because the rubbish bin went out yesterday. And before I put all my garbage into it, it was about half full. When I was done, it was full. But my room is... I've got a floor again, that's the main thing. Chad the artist, hello. Modders need to code it into mod maps. Yeah, some of Giant's new features don't work straight out the box. It's always the thing, is they need to be put into maps specifically. Hound of the Radar, the Wild Grass mod has been for FS19. I've never heard of that. Then again, I think I went on a bit of a mini rant about this the other day. Like, I don't tend to look at mods that aren't on the mod hub. So, is it all that surprising that I didn't hear about it? Like, I tend to look at FSUK in the mod hub and that's about it. That wasn't the right button, that wasn't the right button, that wasn't the right button, that was the right button! Forgot how nice FS19 is with the wheel. And I'm using shuttle control again. It is a pity in a way, Jeremy, yeah, but at the same time, it's not a huge deal in my eyes. It's not the biggest of big deals. It'd be nice if they did let people know, but meh. It's uploaded to Reddit, yeah, oh. It's from the non-direct drills planting grass anywhere. I'm amazed people even use Reddit for farm sim, I'll be honest. When the Discord is just like there and so much easier to use. Any idea as to what animal species full livestock is in the mods testing? I would presume it's just like adding different species of cow. Different like breeds of cow and stuff. That would be my guess. Hello Ryan. How are you doing today? We watching a video of a stream wondering why you can't comment. I've seen a few people doing that. I've seen a few people like commenting on streams in the comments saying like, "You're ignoring me, Dave, why aren't you reading my messages?" I'm like, because you're talking to a video. Maybe it's all different colours, pigs, etc. grouped together. That'd be nice. That'd be definitely nice. We're still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monies, which I just will not stop finding funny. Let's take off the diff lock. That's not diff lock, that's the parking brake. Let's get this ready to go again. Away we go. So the corn I'm just going to directly give to the pigs for now, because they just plain need more corn. And once they're full I'll just start throwing it into storage. We should get a decent bit of corn here. Thoughts on the update? I mean, I've been playing with the 1.3 beta for a while, so I've not noticed anything different between the beta and the full release. What I have in for a graphics card? Currently it's a GTX 980. I do want to, and I'm saving up to upgrade to a 2070 as basically as soon as I can. So I'm not spending money on frivolous things like more planes and X-Plane and stuff. No, just box standard 980. I got it just before the TI came out. Hey, DMF. The vehicle sounds are going to be changed. You did not hear the changed vehicle sounds of your game save Ghost. Why did your phone, I'm presuming, include Ghost at the end of the message? Why do we... You might be thinking of Sim, who's got, I think, a 1080 Ti or 1070 Ti. But no, I've only got the box standard 980. And looking at the different cards, I think the 2070 is kind of the best upgrade for me. My graphics set to the 980, pretty high. They're not too far off, like full on, just maxed. But that possibly has something to do with the 32 gigs of RAM in my machine as well. 90 gigs, 4 gigs. It's only a 4 gig 980, so a 2080 would bring me up to, or 2070 would bring me up to 8 gigs VRAM, which would just increase the performance of games even more. And that's kind of what I want out of a new card, is just increased VRAM. So, like, I'm gonna get the best 2070 I can. Don't think I'm just gonna get a box 2070. I'm gonna get the best one available, so I'll do some research and find out what the best one is. I just want to have kind of the money available to me to buy whatever one I want. It is that I want. Excuse me, could you... Where did they get the idea of calling it a 1660? I don't know where the 1660 came out of, to be honest. Apparently Nvidia are putting the ray tracing gimmick on that as well. And the 10 series, so... like, that seems a bit odd. Can afford it though, Unicar. Yeah, that all takes priority. Real life things take priority than nice things over nice things. Like actual necessary expenses. Luckily for me, a new graphics card is arguably a necessary expense. Because of the whole I do YouTube thing. This combine needs a repair soon. So much so that I'm tempted to repair it now. I mean, it's on 80% wear, basically. Yeah, let's give the combine a bit of a repair. Garage. Combine, repair. Do you really want to repair the vehicle for 2375.9400456636? Yes. I'm gonna have to put out a small loan of $1 million. Nah, just a small loan. Another $5,000 just to get the money above 10. There we go. We've got a combine that now works properly again, and everything else is good. That's an unusually accurate quote for a repair. Didn't get a notification. GG YouTube. Double check your bell is ticked. Sometimes YouTube undoes the bell. I don't know why it does, but it does. Vega 56 can do RT without the RT cores. Yeah, I've said before, and I'll say it again now. Like, the only reason that I want to go with Nvidia is because most of the games that I play are optimized for Nvidia, and optimized like in conjunction with Nvidia. So, just from a pure performance of the game point of view and maximum optimization, I want to go Nvidia. I've nothing against AMD. In fact, I believe they're really catching up to Nvidia, if not the same as Nvidia now. Sometimes YouTube, yeah, sometimes YouTube just doesn't bother with notifications. Yes, please, and I'm not paying a penny more. I'm not paying 0.000000001 more. I don't know why. Why is... Are you unable to lift the corn header? Did they change how... Ooh, this has changed slightly. There we go. So it is going to be a harvest heavy day today. I want to try and get the corn finished and then move on to the canola. I'd also like to, if there's time, do some of the odd jobs that I need to get done. If not the majority of them. Which would be the animal care side of things. I'm doubting there will be time to do the animal care as well, so that might be tomorrow's video. I've seen that all piles of material are now grass texture. Do I have any piles lying about? There's a pile of manure over there, actually, isn't there? I've seen somebody complaining on Facebook about this problem. Follow me at a hiccup in testing. Yeah, I don't know what it was. There's a pile of manure in here. That's decidedly not grass texture. That's decidedly not grass texture, nor is this mess. But yeah, I did see that some people were having issues where, like certain things that... Is lime turned to grass? Yes! That's the picture I saw on Facebook. It was on the Farmson page. Yeah, somebody had all their lime turned to grass for some reason, and then somebody else was claiming their straw had turned to grass. That's yours! That was you! Ah! Yeah, see, I lurk in that page. That just proves that I do actually lurk around the Facebook communities. which is why I complain about them so much. No, I've not had that issue. Seemingly. I don't know why it's done it to you. Hey, SFTN. Painted grass. Yes, you gotta add that to the map individually, Kevin. It's a very odd bug. I want to say it's a bug. I want to say it is actually a problem. But there's a part of me that's like, that's probably just a weird glitch that's happened through the update process. They grow a lot of corn, maize in the UK. Playing the map as realistic as you can. So you're asking, not trolling. You'd like to grow it further than silage. It's not grown all that much for like non-silage purposes, Chad, but it is grown quite a lot. Like, yeah, it has, it is a realistic crop to grow. Like, you can see fields of corn, and some of them, not all of them, but some of them will be for... Your cows are dropping grass in the trough instead of silage. See, mine are still dropping silage, which hints that it's a... potentially a mod conflict on your end, farmer. I think Oxy will send another update from Marwell. Possibly. I wouldn't rule it out, but he is kind of focusing on Oakfield at the moment. Grass is probably the main stuff. Yeah, grass would be the big one for silage. Definitely in Ireland. I can't speak for the UK, but definitely in Ireland, like silage season starts fairly soon, doesn't it? If it's not already started. Definitely, like next month, silage season is definitely going to start, and people will be going mental for mowing. Oxy will have to change his tins of grass paint. I'm not going to go on the little rant about painting grass again. Hey, CD. But if you thought I was joking when I was saying that people paint their grass, no, there's videos on YouTube about it, by the way. First cut's a few weeks away. Not that long, really. It's not an issue for you, at least. Yeah. I don't plan on changing the map at all, really. There's a couple of things that I'd like to do. But at the same time, not particularly too fussed about it. All the grass there is grown again. Hey, Paul. Actually, Paul. Woo, woo, woo. Hang on, I gotta go into chat for a second. Hey, Welsh. There you go. Hey, Faisy. Hello, Nathan. How's it going? It's going good. How's it going with you? Hello, Hodge. Looking forward to High Lanes, or whatever it's called. That's Dusty's map. That looks really good. Gary, hello. Also, can we congratulate Paul on getting mod? Landy gave me the idea last night. I think it was last night or the night before. Gotta fix Meadowgrove though. Version 63 of Meadowgrove inbound. I'm stuck on a tree! There we go. Looking forward to Meadowgrove, need a map for some small kit. Yeah, same. I'm kind of waiting for it to pass testing, honestly. Which is not intended to be anything against Nathan, but I know how long testing can take. You pick the Farmer 123. You almost definitely have a mod conflict, because I've never heard of that being an issue. Still pending. Well, if you need to do an update to fix stuff that's broken with the update, you might as well just pull Kendall from the test list. Because if you update it now, it'll just go to the back of the queue anyway. Also, I definitely said Meadow Grove there, didn't I? Because I swear I said Kendall. So that's the pigs full of corn. So the rest of this can go into storage and we can start storing the rest of the corn. When you update it. Were you on the beta previously or 1.2 previously? I said Kendall. I thought I said Kendall. What is this trailer mod? This is the Brauhan by Mr. CD Models, which you would expect, quite frankly, to be nice. No pressure there, CD. It's on 4D Modding's Facebook page. But I hold CD to a super high standard. Like, a much higher standard than probably 90% of modders. So, if ever I complain about something, CD, it's because you're held to that just that higher standard. We're checking mods and testing. It's on the Giants forum. Matty, hello. Since you're logged to Giants, see what happens. Yeah, it's probably a good call. Maybe have a word in their Discord, see if anybody can help you there. Because like it strikes me as odd that you'd be having this bug. 173 mods and testing as of today. That's not a bad number. I mean, it's kind of going up and down at random, but it's not a bad number. At least in the Discord Farmer 123, you can get a bit more immediate kind of like, oh, here's your problem, or oh, yeah, that shouldn't be happening. But you already know it shouldn't be happening, but you can get other people to say that shouldn't be happening. I'm doing good. How are you? That, yeah, 6610 does look fantastic. I want it now. I want that 6610 so badly. I mean, it's no 135. It's no 135, but it does look good. A lot of pain after you're up. I'm not too surprised. I mean, you have been sliced open. Hey, dude. Still waiting the Anderson DLC to put on Steam. You tried buying it from the website, didn't work, card didn't go through. That sucks. You learned to drive on a 6610. Very cool. Was it, Faye, was it a 6610 you learned with as well? Or was it a 7610? I can never remember. Hopefully should start to fall soon. Now they 1.3 out away. The DLC will further lighten the load. Yeah. Thing is, they'll be testing the next DLC almost immediately. 3600. Ah. You drove the 1.3. I hate you, Paul. I hate you. I'm so jealous. I want to drive a 135. The brake wheel. Well, I mean, there's bits of it broken, but no, it was just stuck under my desk for a while. Because my room was a disaster and I had to dig it out by tidying my room. And while tidying my room, I accidentally buried it. So I dug it out like before the stream because I had time where I needed to waste time. So the wheel is now out. Use them on a farm. That doesn't change anything. I want to drive 135 and you have, so I'm jealous. So there's something beautiful about all classic tractors. Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be a Ford. Like on St. Patrick's Day here downtown, I didn't go down because I was being lazy. In fact, I wasn't being lazy. I was... What did I do? I was eating my breakfast roll. Hey. But they had two Massey 3.5s. The old, like, pre-135 Masseys. There would have been... If my memory is correct, there would have been Massey Harris 35s. Simulator Gaming, hello. You drive. I hate you too, Thomas. But the St. Patrick's Day parade here, I'm going to talk about this briefly, was kind of hilarious because how to put this nicely, we have a rather large trucking company in town. And we also have a BMW garage. Which, if you live around Canterbury, you'll know where I live now. But that doesn't matter. So, about probably 2/3 of the St. Patrick's Day parade here was trucks and BMWs. From all the different logistics companies and tire companies. Simulator Gaming, thank you very much for becoming a member. You have ascended into the ranks of having a little logo. And the tractor flip emoji. As well as being able to thonk. The notification should ping eventually, if they're working today. Yeah. Is there anybody else here who hasn't driven a 135? Feeling generous? Well, thank you very much, Simulator Gaming. Fag and Stu showing off. What have we missed? I've got the wheel back working, and I was just talking about the St. Patrick's Day parade on Sunday. That was in town. I watched the Dublin parade, and it seemed like there were more Americans in it. There we go. It seemed like there were more Americans in the Dublin parade than there were Irish people, which was kind of comical. New member friend. Sounds like a 4th of July parade here. Yeah, I mean, we had the traditional stuff out as well. We had, like, the local majorettes, the local scouts. I believe the army sent a few people down. Irish. During an IH Super H. I don't care about those. The 135 is my baby. I want to drive 135. That is, like, genuinely one of my life goals, is to drive 135. Also to, like, do a lap in the Nürburgring. It's a cool icon and sound for new members. It really is! I mean, the fact that Old MacDonald used to be one of the meme songs on the channel when I had the old playlist, and that llama thing is just a meme in itself. It's just perfect. Lap of the ring in a 135. No, if I was going to do a lap of the ring in a tractor, it would have to be one of the MB tracks that the Nürburgring actually owns. It's my favorite tractor FS19, the Armour track. Like in the entire base game, it's the Armour track. As for mods, it's the Class. Like, I am a Class fanboy. I know that I keep saying, oh, I don't really like any particular brand. Every time there's a Class, I have one because I love them. Because they're just, I mean, they're just so pretty. Draw 135 before, plus a few other older stuff. Your great uncle's collected tractors. Very cool. Massey Racing at Silverstone. It would have to be the classic layout of Silverstone, though. Am I proud of my clean bedroom? I'm happy with it. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel better about myself because I can do this now. Like I can roll backwards, and not fully because there is still some kind of garbage and stuff laying about that I need to figure out what I want to do with. Am I gonna planting popper fields? Yes, that is in fact going to be. Actually, that's probably going to be tomorrow's video. Brody is sorting out a field for the poplars. And like doing the initial kind of setup for that. I really wish the clutch worked in FS9 in Farm Sim because I would just rev the crap out of a harvester and try and get some wheel spin. What's in the new update? It's a bunch of bug fixes, mainly. You'd love to drive and own a Massey 3090. Very cool. I think most people here would like to at least drive like their favorite tractor at some point. Why not Field 23? That's kind of my thought. Is Field 23 is the smallest field on the map, so it'd make the most sense. Today we can make monster sized sausages. Yes. And in fact, that's what I'm going to get ready to do on Field 15. Is just. I'm actually going to do something that I said I wouldn't do because of the new DLC. Is I'm actually going to do square grass bales for silage, and we're going to use the extractor for it, the square bale extractor. You may join back soon. Whoops. That was a derp simulator gaming. That's why you shouldn't be trusted with your own bank card, dude. You planted fields 23 and 14 with poplars. Very cool. The Extractor DLC area. That's coming out in, is it this day next week it's coming out? Do a vote for which field? No, it's gonna be Field 23. Where's Field 23? It's up a bit out of the way. It's up here by the egg cell point. In fact, it's easier to show you on this map. So Field 23 is up here. It's a small bit out of the way. It looks like it's currently in grass. In fact, it is currently in grass. But I feel like this would be the best option for poplars, just because number one, it's small, and number two, it is just a bit out of the way, so I can set up some stuff around the egg cell point to kind of stage for it. DLC's out next Tuesday, 26th. Sweet. I may or may not get it early. Genuinely have no idea. Because I was told that I am now on the list of people who like get the stuff early, which is both awesome and terrifying and weird at the same time. Damcon, the dagger we used for the 3 poplar planters at once. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Like, I'm very picky with mods now. I'm mainly, almost exclusively using mods from the mod hub. There are some things from GitHubs that I'm using as well, and some stuff from FSUK. But they're pretty much the 3 places I'm getting mods from at this point, and Facebook. 40's Facebook page. Where am I from? County Tipperary. Yeah, MPB, that's a new thing. That's because I repaired the combine earlier and it went to like 17 decimal places. Like it's a bit too specific. I think they've broken the rounding somehow. You're in Chellington. There's probably a problem. The Farm 123, that Chellington. Any version of Chellington that's out for FS19 is inherently dodgy and very likely to be broken. You'll be fine, you've got enough money. Yep. That's the joy of memberships, by the way, is you pay once and it's for the whole month and you get cool emotes and stuff. You also, if I ever put on slow mode, you will also be immune to slow modes. So if ever I've got like 10,000 people in a stream and I have to put on slow mode, members are immune, as are mods. As well as having the really cool emojis, which I need to add a new one to. I need to figure out a new emoji. Up next DLC is John Deere's consoles lacking John Deere mods. Everywhere's lacking John Deere mods at the moment. There is, I have seen like a 3050 in testing. There should be a role, you're gonna link your YouTube with Discord, but there is a role on Discord as well. Just strange you've had no issues yet. Only thing you've found is you can't transport horses. That shouldn't be a thing either. Poplar Baler is unique. Yeah, that's why I like the DLC, is like there's unique equipment there. There's new and unique equipment in the DLC, like... Didn't I have slow-mo on before? Yeah, it was only a 5-second slow-mo, Janice. That was just like giving people time to type slow mode. Cobra should be an FS19 in your opinion. Unfortunately, Hamish, I mean this in the nicest way possible, your opinion is kind of irrelevant. Because the only person whose opinion really matters with Cobra 19 is Bolt Bills, and he's not a big fan of the game, so wouldn't expect to be seeing Cobra 19, unfortunately. Which does make me sad, because as much as I love FS19, as much as I'm enjoying the game, it will be slightly lesser now. There won't be a Cobra. Need more weights. Yeah, the game won't be as good as 17 in my eyes, just because there won't be a Cobra. Yeah, watch Eustace's video about Bill. But Bill like gave a statement about what his plans for 19 are, if any, and like where he stands at the moment. Unfortunately, it's not the best news. YouTube is connected to Discord. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to come through. Soon, soon. So just give it time. The update's awesome. The update fixes a lot. Landy's having issues with the controller, and that's actually not something to do with the update. It's to do with... it might be something to do with the update, but it's a mod conflict with GPS. So he's kind of waiting for Wobster to update that, and I'm sure if he went on Giant's Discord and shot Wobster a message on there, that he'd get that fixed very quickly. Cobra 19 was going to be like a full rebuild as well. It was going to be a whole new map with like real sizes of fields. So it would have been different. It would have been like true to life Cobra. You're rolling the cattle pastures now on your Ford 7740 with your wireless headphones watching me. Very nice. Is there any audio lag with wireless headphones? Well, this is something that I've always wondered, because I've always been half tempted to get wireless, but I'm always a bit concerned about lag with wireless stuff. Yes, there is lag. Yeah, see, that's kind of not ideal for me. Custom tip on ground textures now work correctly in 1.3. Ah! Very nice. What's the update? It is mainly bug fixes, Jack. It's mainly just tweaks to stuff that was broken before, and... no lag. See, if it's Bluetooth, there shouldn't be, which I'm presuming it is. But yeah, that's something I've always kind of half considered, is getting myself a pair of wireless headphones so that I don't feel tethered to the computer like I am now. In fact, over the weekend, because I was here by myself, I just unplugged the headphones entirely and just used my speakers. What about the grass paint? That works, but only on Giants maps at the moment. Mappers need to add it individually to their maps. A bit, but you can't hear it. I would be able to. Like, I had a wireless mouse before, and the lag annoyed me so much that I've not used a wireless mouse since. If I get JVC, no lag, just amazing quality. See, I'd go with Sennheiser. Sennheiser is kind of my go-to for audio equipment now. Or, I guess, blue for the Yeti. I'm just gonna... That might have made a lot of noise. I just need to move the mic around a bit. But for headphones, I go with Sennheiser because I love the sound of the 210s that I've got. Or 201s, whichever. Hey, Virgo. Can't wait to play Shamrock on 19. Same. I'm 100% with you there. Shamrock is going to be Bay. It's one of the few maps that I'd be like, I'm genuinely like, I really hope I get this early. Because I want it as soon as possible. And your map 5 feels done 1 year. The shop's pretty much complete. Very nice. Like, you guys know I don't tend to get too big-headed when it comes to maps and stuff. Like, it's down to the individual modders, but Shamrock is the only one that I'm like, I want this early. Paul got mod here today. Sim. So, yeah. You have to buy the disc just to play at 1.2 now. There you go, let's get this back to the cornfield. And while I'm on my way, let's not hit that button, let's hit this button instead. I knew I'd hit something while I was out of the game. You guys use ROG Spitfire headphones, they're so comfortable. See, I like Asus, but I don't know about ROG. I don't know about Republic of Gamers. Asus is like my go-to for motherboards. When 60 FPS instead of 10, very nice. I know ROG is Asus, but Asus for me is motherboards and not audio. For me, I want to go to an audio-specific brand with good history, and that's why I go with Sennheiser. Like, I absolutely love. This is my second or third pair of HD 201s. Just for reference of like how much I like this specific set of headphones. I do remember you, Alfie, aka Blaze. If your PC peripherals, you're going Corsair all the way. So I like Logitech for certain peripherals, like my webcam's Logitech, as are my speakers, believe it or not, and obviously the wheel. What would I say is the best version of Farm Sim? 19. Just gorgeous, send me a message. I will do. There will be a video tomorrow, by the way. Guys, I know that I've been slacking on the video front the last few days, but I was really focusing quite hard on like just relaxing for a few days while I had peace and quiet in the house and getting my room sorted. But there will be a video tomorrow. Everything's returning to normal as of today until like I think early in May. I am going up to Dublin for a day in May to chill out with my friend Connor up there and watch Detective Pikachu. Because Detective Pikachu. Their tops of the Lenovo G700 with 5 terabytes of memory. That's more hard drive space than I've got. I've only got 4 terabytes. Can you go back to 1.2 and see? Nope. See, GPU. I need to well, I don't need to. I want to upgrade my GPU, so I am saving up all the money that comes in from YouTube goes towards 2070 at the moment. So, if you ever wonder where the YouTube money is going, it's going into my bank account, and that's all being saved up for a 2070 card for me. so that I can up the graphics settings basically and get things going a bit nicer. The big upgrade after that will be a new CPU. Need for M2. No, M2 is just the best. I want to get M2 as well, but nah. 3 pounds a disc then. Or you could, you know, figure out what's wrong with Chellington and update the map yourself. Farmer123. You could try and diagnose the problem that you're getting with Chellington and force fix it into Pokemon. I just like Pikachu. There's something about Pikachu. I mean, he's not my favorite Pokemon. That one goes to Mudkip. But there's something just adorable about Pikachu. Like, he's always just been kind of there. Is Marwell a good map? It's a fantastic map. As everything by Oxy, it's fantastic. And he just keeps upping his game. So this is better. This is the best map he's made yet. Oakfield 19 might eclipse it, but he's I think working on a 19 specific map as well, or a new 19 specific map. You mean 2070, Faye? You would save money, dude, if you built your own. Like, with a computer, it's an electronic jigsaw is all it is. Changed to half crops. I've changed the grass field to full crops. It's amazing. There are mods still, yeah, there's still mods going to be coming for all the games. Like, I've seen FS11 mods, like, within the last 6 months. 1060 streaks. There's no new mods on the mod hub, Paul, but there's still new mods, like, going up on different websites. FSUK still has some coming up. Pikachu isn't a mouse, though, Hamish. Oh, no, he is. He's the electric mouse, isn't he? Yeah. For some reason, I thought Pikachu was a rat. 2070, you wouldn't chance to it yourself. Something to break could go wrong. Faye, I built my own PC, and the only problem that I've ever had with this thing, with this rig specifically, is me forgetting to plug in the front panel on the new case, and the old heatsink being murderous and cutting me constantly. Like, if you have a gentle hand, you can build a PC no problem. 1108 was definitely nostalgic. Yeah. It's an electronic jigsaw. Everything can only go in one way around. It's amazing. The only bit where I genuinely get terrified with a PC is dealing with the CPU. Can you put mods on a USB stick onto a PS4? Nope. PS4 mod desk is different, and certain other things are different on PS4. Don't forget to put on the heat shield. No. It's like installing the CPU itself is what terrifies me. Because like you can kill the CPU straight out the box by doing it wrong. Hello, Aiden. That plane you linked to me, I've been looking at it for a little while. It's something that I'll probably get in time, but want to look into a Bonanza first. Or a small Piper, single Piper. You do it for a price. I mean, yeah, but it's just as easy for you to do it yourself, like, genuinely. I mean, if you're nervous about it, you can ask him to overlook and help you out, but there's no reason why you couldn't do it yourself. 100% seriously. I'll build 2 PCs myself. Yeah, dealing with the CPU is always going to be scary. Like, that's The only bit that is genuinely like you get nervous. Everything else is just, oh, that fits in there, that fits in there. There's frustrations when you realize things are going to be a really tight fit, but there's no real nerves. Computers are... yeah, computers used to be. But it's kind of nice that people think they're hard to build, because you get so much praise from people like, oh my god, you built your own PC, it's so amazing, it's so difficult. I'm like, it's a jigsaw. Have you done a jigsaw before? Because it's literally that difficult. The only bit that's in any way hard is cable management. Go on 47740 for a contract once for 2 months. Rolling cap pasture is going to be, well, very nice. No, what you're doing? You've just been told there's over 900 errors in your log. Oh, yeah, there's your problem. You have some very questionable mods going on, Farmer123. Watch some videos, but not The Verge. Don't watch The Verge's PC build, because... no! I'm running myself... like, I'm running with the risk of a copyright strike by saying The Verge's PC build video was crap. Oh my god, was that terrible. Like, they had no idea what they were doing. Yeah, The Verge is literally like, don't do this ever. Watch that video as a how not to build a PC. Do I do buy Acer 500 laptop, much better, portable, 4K, 3 grand for it, you qualified techs, just easier, safe, and you have a comeback. That's true. Like, I build my own PCs just because I like the idea of, like, this is mine, I am the only person in the world who will ever have a PC exactly like this, and it's, you know, there's the uniqueness aspect. You can buy a disc for that map, but it caused you 900 errors. Farm123. That map is something you shouldn't be touching. Like, it is going to break stuff. Potentially, it could actually corrupt the entire game. You don't trust yourself to build a PC? It's genuinely easy, SG. Like, what do I have over here? I actually got a PC component just over here. This is the... as the rejected one, okay. So, like, with most PC components, they basically look like this. You see this bit here? This is what you plug into a hole that will only fit something of this shape. It's not difficult. You just look at the gaps in everything, and it'll like guide you the whole way through. It's really that easy. Don't want to give up. Sometimes you gotta, dude. Like, if you're getting that many problems with the map, it's not worth continuing. Yeah, for CPUs there are markings I would put it in. Am I farming myself? Do I go up and farm? Nope. I'm a town boy. Like most games, show off thing to build your own. Yeah. But the thing is, like, aside from the most gamers like building their own PCs, it is just like you are your own quality control. And like for me, I like having certain branded bits. Like I prefer having an Asus motherboard, an Intel CPU, and an Nvidia GPU. RAM doesn't bother me too much. I like, is it SanDisk? Yeah, SanDisk and Western Digital hard drives. And as well as that, like, I can just decide exactly how overkill I want to go with the build. Look in the neighborhood of grand and Nvidia cards. You're not going to get too much for a grand if you're going with Nvidia. Like, the Farmer 123, I'm not trying to be mean here, but you vapor cooling. I mean, I've got liquid cooling as well now. That was something I should have done long ago to this PC, was liquid cooled. Thank you very much, Hamish. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat. You're very generous, and I appreciate that to no end. That is nudging me even closer towards having that 2070. Every little helps, as they say from Tesco. No issues with this. I mean, if a PC's built well, you won't have issues ever. I don't really have issues with this PC, other than user error issues. How much money is left for 2070? I'm about halfway. With the money that's due in the next couple of days from YouTube, I should be roughly about €200 short. Because I'm looking at having the money available before I even buy it because I need to do my research on what the best 2070 to get is. I'm looking to have the money together to buy even the most expensive one before I buy one. Worst part of the build is buying Windows. Yep! Windows is by far the worst bit. Because Windows just likes wasting your money. Is it still Strix for the best? I've always been EVGA. Every graphics card I've had up to this point, I used to have a GTX or GT650. That was EVGA. My 980 is an EVGA SC. The 4GB SC version. But I'm willing to go with whatever is the best for the 2070. I broke a motherboard in this PC. This PC has killed a motherboard and a PSU. But it was, again, user error. EVGA are fantastic, but I want to go with like the best value or the best quality 2070. Can I drive in cab? Sure. Windows is like $150. I think. Windows is just hilariously expensive. User error meaning, yeah, that is actually true, Faye. I did something really dumb to it, and that's why I killed a motherboard. But that's always the risk you run when you're using... When I use modular power supplies. Why do you have to buy Windows? Because Microsoft is a company and they need to make money. You still get small frame rate drops in the cab compared to outside. Like, in cab now I'm running 50, oh, we'll say 58 FPS, 58, 59 FPS. Out to that cab it's much the same actually. Maybe they've cleared the frame rate issue. then. Linux. Nothing works on Linux, though. You've been trying all sorts... No, you just don't get a modular power supply. You do what I did and buy a bog standard power supply. £102.98 for OEM 64-bit. Yeah, but what's that in dollars? Hayden lives in the US of A. Alright, Mish. Hello, Brad, the PC gamer. You cannot now, Farming Boy. They've, that offer is gone. Just need to know how to code. Yeah, nothing works on Linux. I ain't learning code just to be able to use a computer. $135. I wasn't too far off though at 150 then. 150 wasn't entirely out of the ballpark there. Capcom? I think that says Capcom. That could be Capcorn. I have no idea what that means. Would I hire a worker to harvest? I should actually. The problem with hired workers is they do tend to stop in odd places, and I do have yes, let's just swim in the corn here for a second. La 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 la. Oh no! This was a mistake. I forgot that was a thing. Oh, I've got to plow this field. Hired workers tend to stop in odd places. Is my issue with them. And with... Can you like not do that? Set the combine off, of course, but 90% of the time then it would just be doing nothing. Okay, can you go in this straight line here, perhaps? That would be very much appreciated. You can! Congratulations, sir. You're doing a harvest. While that's doing that, actually, we can sort out the animal stuff. I'm going to use this bucket because it'll let me do everything with the one bucket. What I missed? Not a whole lot, Luke. We've just kind of been harvesting, and now I'm going to do some odd jobs to just sort the animals out. Because this is all stuff that just needs to be done. I'm going to go in through this gate over here. Actually, no, I'm not going to go in through that. I'm going to go in through that. Blah, 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 blah. You can build, yeah, you can build a PC fairly cheap. But it's just how much quality you want in the PC. Like the standard of quality I want in a PC results in me just having hellacious prices for pretty much everything. To the point where my graphics card replacement, moving up to the 2070, is going to cost more than Yanis's entire PC. Like, that's kind of the... Yes, thank you, Cow, for doing that. That's the funny thing about PCs, is you can end up getting individual components that cost more than some people's entire computers. Why do you want to get a $600 keyboard? Just get like a $100 keyboard. GT 1030 is better than 2080. Sure. Google it now. Like, my keyboard cost me €50 and I'm delighted with it. It's got a lot of features that some more expensive keyboards actually don't. Problem is, Yanis, if you get a 990K or 9900K, you've also got to get a motherboard to suit 9900K, and the price is going to match up. So you're going to end up with a very expensive motherboard CPU combination. In fact, that's going to be one of the hardest bits when I do swap out CPU, is finding a motherboard that fits my needs. Get an AP. Why would I need an auxiliary power unit? To be fair, sir, some people are happy with consoles. Like, console is a viable option for people who don't necessarily want massive customization. They just want something that'll work straight out the box, and they don't ever really need to worry about, like, ooh, do the specs of my PS4 match with this game, or some crap like that. Like, you know, PC gaming can get very particular at times, so for some it's better to have a console. Especially seeing as you don't need to upgrade a console particularly. I'm just conveniently ignoring the fill capacity on the buckets at this point, Paul. I can do it too. Current APUs are decent. Wait, that's a real thing? Because, like, in flight sims, an APU is an auxiliary power unit, and that's not something you want to be, like, buying. It's something you'd want to rent, basically. You have an Xbox most of the time, you stream the Xbox onto the PC. Yeah, but you can see why people would be happy with just having a console. Like, there's no real need for a lot of console gamers to get a PC if they're happy with what they've got. Like, the reason that I don't feel like I need a console myself is 90% of the games that I would play on console are also on PC. Plus the fact that I love simulators so much. There's not that many, like, simulators and strategy games are my go-to, and the only strategy game that's out on console at the moment is Stellaris, and that's running a very, very old, I think it's a 1.0 PC patch. Welcome back, Hamish. Like to see a console gamer trying to play ETS2 or Hoi 4. That would get interesting very quickly. Especially Hoi 4, because I don't even understand Hoi 4, and I'm pretty seasoned with strategy games. Right, we need to hop into the class. Oh crap, and a cracker, this is full. Right, let's empty this. Then go clean out the combine. Then continue with the random upkeep things that we need to do. Don't blame me. No, you. Well, I know you would, because you would probably beat me within 20 minutes. I don't understand that game yet. At all. I much prefer Stellaris. Like, Stellaris I understand. Especially seeing as at the moment I'm playing a Devouring, is it Devouring Scourge is what it's called? Where the only war goal available is food. But yeah, that's the problem, is I don't understand anything about Hoi 4 just yet. James, if you're scared about all the different types of RAM and liquid cooling and stuff, you can stick with air cooling and just get like whatever RAM you want. Check out. I did not check out that Twitch channel, Aiden. I've been kind of focusing on getting the stream running today, and after the stream I'm going to be focusing on getting the video recorded for tomorrow and eating some food, and then like, I'm going to try and focus. I'm trying to focus on the channel today, just to try and get everything back running smoothly. Aside from continued maintenance, are there downsides to machines with a lot of hours in FS19? Not that I'm aware of. I think they need maintenance a bit more often. On a day off, check it out. I don't take that many days off is the issue. But yeah, I'll check it out like during some sort of downtime, for sure. You like playing F1, Farm Sim, first-person shooters on your console? I don't like the F1 games. I much prefer stuff like R Factor and iRacing. I've let my iRacing sub expire because it costs far too much, but I much prefer racing sims than the F1 games, because the AI in the F1 games is dodgy at best. Right, that's... oh no, that's not everything over here sorted. I'm actually gonna just ignore that for now. We're gonna go sort out the pigs, which means we're gonna need this on. So the update, it's mainly bug fixes. If you're on a Giants map, the painted grass will now actually grow grass, which is nice. Google's potentially gonna release a console. It'll run off Android, no doubt. You know, move to iRacing, but you're not so sure. I would say SRF, get like a 1 month sub, do some spec Mazda races, some rookie Mazda races, and some like rookie street stocks. On asphalt, you don't want to be trying out the dirt straight away. And like with a 1 month sub, you get a good idea of what's going on. The ranked online is a nightmare. In iRacing? In rookies, yeah, but once you get up to like C class, even D, if you start doing the, you just want iRacing Formula 1. iRacing Formula 1, the iRacing Formula 1 series has gotten back to using the Williams. The 2009 Williams. Because people were angry with the McLaren. Instead of fixing the McLaren, they just changed it to a Williams from 2009. F1 2018, you're B and it's a nightmare. iRacing's license system is much better. In fact, it's the iRating and what I'm caring about. But the higher your license, generally the better quality of the races you'll get. Like I found myself that the best series in iRacing for like good quality racing is usually Skip Barber's on most tracks. The Mazdas tend to be good racing, but I'm not a good driver of them. I don't tend to drive the Mazdas all that very well. The Radicals are very difficult to drive, but I seem to get on with them well. And again, the racing tends to be pretty good quality. And I have a GT3 car for iRacing, but I'm terrible with it, so I'm tempted to actually get an HPD, which is an old LMP2 car. But that's like if I decide to go, well, when I decide to go back to iRacing, because I will decide eventually to go back to iRacing. It's just a case of financial woes and concerns that I haven't let my subscription continue. Also, like, time concerns. So what I want to do next... Would you have the F1 car? Their website's available. You wouldn't have the F1 car in iRacing, straight out the box. Like, when you buy iRacing, you get, I think it's 12 cars. There's a Mazda, a Solstice, a Radical, and a few others. I think they got more oval cars in the free set than road cars. But you can kind of get up to like a B license, I think, with just the free content. Up to the B licensed series. But then you have to buy tracks and cars individually. iRacing is not cheap, no. It's very expensive, because like you're paying a monthly subscription and you have to buy the cars and tracks separately. But when you buy the cars and tracks, you realise that most of them are actually really good quality. Though there was a new free track added recently, Tsukuba. Which I love, but I've not been on iRacing since they added it. And I don't have a sub at the moment, so that's not a thing I'll be interested in. Plus, right now, I'm in one of my phases where I just prefer flight sims. I like the money that I would spend on iRacing is going on flight sims instead. Gonna go get 4 bales of hay for your horses now, then into a lovely warm farmhouse. Very nice. Watched the F1 last week? No, I watched the IMSA and WEC instead. Which I always find that endurance racing is better quality racing than Formula 1. Personal preference there. Tricks are good. Things are going good for me today, Dollar. It's decent frustrating, yeah. I mean, I'm not all that interested in Formula 1 anymore. It's a bit too dull and procession-y for my liking. GTs are better. Well, ignoring LMP1 because it's just the Toyota race. LMP 1.5 is usually pretty good. LMP2 and the GT classes are fantastic. Even IMSA's really good as well, because like their Daytona prototypes are effectively a spec series. Like in IMSA, you got Daytona prototypes, LMP2s, GTs, and GT3s all out on the track at once, and it makes for some pretty good racing. This is quite true, Quick. This is quite true. I tend to like... it's primarily GT racing that I like. Tin tops. Because for whatever reason, they just seems a bit more on edge than open wheels. I prefer driving open wheelers in like racing games, but I much prefer watching tin tops. What I think of BTCC, I want to watch that at some point. I need to find a way to watch that. Everyone thinks Bottas is good. Yeah, that's kind of hilarious. Hopeful for new rules overhaul in Formula 1, Stu, or GT? Just cancel the worker. I think BTCC starts soon. Yeah, I need to find a way to watch that, because like I don't have the ITV channels that it airs on. So I'll need to find like potentially a questionable link somewhere. Am I excited for Adventures in Game? I probably should be, but I'm not. I'm more excited like in upcoming movies for Detective Pikachu. ITV.com, I think their player is UK only, Paul. 2020 is the hypercars. Yeah, there's a lot of manufacturers seem to be interested in the hypercar regs. 2021 for F1 is just going to be the same as now, quite honestly. I don't have much hope for F1 moving forwards. Formula E, I think, is much better racing. The cars aren't as exciting, but the racing is just maybe lower quality because, you know, they don't have the greatest drivers in the world. But it's much closer. Yes, I want the Manor to deal with the poop from the pigs, because I want to move it over to the main bunker at the cows. F1's definitely gone backwards the last few years. IP blocker. Well, I've got like I've got a VPN available. Do I have any issues with my centering spring? No, but I'm using the G27 dialer. I'm using the older version, so oh, you're having the issue where it's like forcing the center spring on, isn't it? Aren't you? You need to make it so that the center spring is active, or where it's forcing the center spring off. You need to have it where the centering spring is active for force feedback games, because what Farm Sim does now is it turns force feedback on and then switches everything to 0. Just use the British postcode. I'll try and use the postcode that I used to live at then. This will be geo-blocked. There is a distinct possibility, but I can try with the VPN and see how I do. I know my VPN requires like a premium subscription for BBC. Yeah, you need to override force feedback with the center spring. Hey Jake, I'm doing good. How are you? We're just sorting out some of the odd jobs while I've got a combine and hired worker in the field harvesting some corn for me. Oh, Evil Knievel. Works for you with a VPN? Ooh, might be good for me then. Because I like BTCC, I've heard nothing but good things about, so I am looking. I do want to try and watch it. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, never got a notification, didn't see any post. I need to check Discord. Check the Discord always at about 5 PM to about 5:30, because Yanis will post it up, and the VOD goes live like immediately after the stream anyway, because I got it set up like that now. If you're enjoying, you can hit the like button. Let's see if we can get 50 likes. We're at 40 currently with 64 people in at the moment. 65, so we only need 10 more likes, and there's definitely at least 10 people who haven't liked. Stu, I can see the likes now. I'm using the new dashboard, so I can actually see the likes and stuff. As well as some really, really nice additional analytical info. Such as the chat rate is currently 4 chats per minute. We've had 500 playbacks, which is 500 clicks individually on this stream. Average watch time currently is at 10 minutes. And our current viewers is 64. To see the new mods? Yes, I did. Evil, you should join the Discord. I tend to spam in there when there's new mods out. Or somebody does, at least. Dave is now on foreign streamers. This is literally this is the dashboard that I wish YouTube had as default. But it's a bit of a faff getting into it and getting it set up. To the point where I literally have to change the stream key daily and the chat link in the streams. What's new at 1.3? You can now, on Giants maps only, as far as I'm aware, painting down grass texture in fields, or anywhere for that matter, will now result in grass growing out of it. As well as that, there's a lot of bug fixes and just various things like that going on. It's worth getting if you... Well, it's definitely worth getting because it's worth getting. Also, in other news today that maybe a lot of you didn't see, there was a bit of a teaser about the Farm Sim League from Lucitan in Discord today, hinting that the Farm Sim League isn't just going to be doing stuff in the base game, it is going to be some sort of mod. There's going to be some sort of mod in use that Giants can quickly patch, which is why it's PC only. Also, a lot of scripts are in it, which kind of hints at some interesting stuff going on. Does anyone use Airtel? Why would anybody use Airtel in 2019? You had to ask. Fair enough, Hayden. Contest tab was removed from mod up on PS4. Well, that's for the mod contest. It's class... Oh my god, class A DLC. All DLCs are class A. Here we go. The reason that I'm moving the manure out of here, by the way, is because eventually the pigs will hit a cap and they won't produce any more manure, and I don't want that happening. Why is Airtel still a thing? I don't know, actually. Possibly it's like some weird legacy thing that RTE just haven't bothered killing yet. So there's a fun little bug with the new dashboard where sometimes it'll just delete like periods of time. Put a like on the videos, you're a very generous person. I've just realised this. I should have emptied the trailer. Why didn't anybody shout at me that the trailer was basically full? Why did nobody point out that the trailer was going to be full? You're at 145,000 pig manure. Okay, maybe that cap is a long way off, but I still kind of prefer being way under it. Was there Airtel before Server? Yes, there was. Airtel is a service from like the mid-80s. That's a really old service. I wonder is Airtel still alive just because of the subtitle feature at 888? That could be it. Get a like, thank you very much, DMF. I was on it then. Basically the same stuff that's on the RTE website now is like news and sports and stuff. Like, that's still what Airtel is for news and sports and like updates and stuff, but they are kind of sunsetting certain features. If you want to support the channel, guys, the absolute easiest way to do it is completely free, and that's just to hit the like button. The second easiest way to do it is to subscribe. Both of those are free. You can also, ooh, you can also punch your gear stick on a G27 accidentally while moving your hand. Still up-to-date news on it. Looking at it, yeah, it's still got news and stuff. I did say that I'd use the wheel as soon as I possibly could. Those pictures you can't corp push up freezers. Fair enough, quick. I'll try and keep up to date with the Discord, but I do have quite a lot to do today, so I might kind of fall behind for a bit. Do. Good enough. Should we go into Specsavers? Well, no, not when Specsavers is objectively worse than... actually, I do plan on going to Specsavers fairly soon for night test. So Specsavers isn't as good as the optometrist that I did get my glasses from, because she is very highly in demand. To the point where, like, people come from all over the country just to see her at her practice here in town, because she's that good. Like both times that I went to get my eyes tested, she went through a full range of tests, including the first time checking my blind spot to make sure that I wasn't, they didn't have an abnormal blind spot. If ever you wonder why I need glasses, by the way, if ever you wondered, it's because I am farsighted. I technically should need, actually I should, 100% today. I technically need to wear glasses to read. Go Specsavers so I don't chew my dog or throw a ring in the river. Well, for me it's just for reading. So, like, big stuff like that is... There is muck on my glasses. Do I have a glasses wipe left? I do. Ow! Ah! Oh, that was painful. That was painful. I closed my glasses box right onto, like, right under the skin on my thumb. Right under my, my thumbnail. Be gone and muck on my glasses. You got very bad vision? Mine's not terrible. Like, my right eye is perfect, well, mostly fine. My left eye is really bad. So if ever you wonder why I sometimes close my left eye, it's because I want to see something clearly. My right eye does that. Glass cleaners are class. I need to get more of them. That's something I can just never have enough of, is glass cleaning wipes, or glasses cleaning wipes. Is it the bucket that's stuck, or the machine itself? It is the machine itself? Possibly? It's very hard to tell because this tree is quite dense. It is the machine itself. And the best way to do it would be to reverse it this way. I don't want to reset this. That's hinting that there's actually a wheel stuck on the tree itself. Which means that I'm only actually making this worse. Okay, thank you, Courseplay, for doing that. Yeah, no, I've just got it completely stuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the bucket. And see if I can't figure out a way to just free the rest of the vehicle. No, I'm going to have to reset this. Reset. Yes. Could not. Oh my god, I hate this new feature. That you can't reset stuff that's actually actively in use. Reset. Yes. Good. The reset point is like here. Enter. There we go. Glasses all the time and showering is hard. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to take off your glasses while showering quick. Then to use the lift everything mod. Yeah. Hang on, let me just cover all the crashes that I've had. There we go. It's it's 1500 for all the crashes that I've probably had today. And I am going to just break a rule here and go through. This is a bit of a shortcut because this is the only way into the fuel areas. That's warnings about triggers being removed because I haven't updated Courseplay or GPS in a little while. Something I need to do later on today, ideally. It's hard because you don't wear glasses. Ah. I mean, you probably should if you need them. Oh, you don't wear glasses in the shower? Oh, okay. Why was the bucket in the field? Because that was the best place to dump it when the Manor got stuck. That was just kind of a panic drop when the Manor got stuck. I probably should have done this while I was resetting and stuff, but let's do it now. Here we go. We're over T secret. I think Hayden's getting his breakfast. The bonus of like moving all the manure to here is that it's all at least in one place. Like, it's not ideal, but it's all in one place at the very least, so... You gotta go see Hayden. You're helping Hayden by looking at PCs. Very nice. Why not lease a small trailer? Because I don't really want to. Why are you indicating, sir? Stop indicating to the left. Hey, Glengar, hello. How are you doing today, Glengar? The rare glasses shot Dave is out. How's Mr. Dave? Dave is good. I am good. I'm in a good mood because my room's actually tidy for once, and just everything is kind of the way that I like it. And I've got the wheel back working, which means that I can play some RF2 out once I got tomorrow's video recorded. Because I want to try and get back into my racing sims a bit. Paul was handed the Spanner of Justice today, Glengar, yeah? By recommendation of Mr. Landy Kid. Although it was something I've been considering for a little while. Well deserved, exactly. I've been considering it for a little while and doing my usual tricks when I am looking at somebody. That's my app open on the desktop. It like auto logs me into Xbox. Like I don't have an Xbox One, or I don't have an Xbox, but that is me. I've just realised that if there is a Manure great demand, that I will be wanting to sell the Manure. If that's ever a thing. Because it'll be the most worthwhile thing to do. And I will use a trailer for that. So that's going to be probably the only occasion that I do sell Manure. I want to try and store it up otherwise for fertilizing purposes. What to make about it? I didn't watch the match, but I'm glad I didn't. Because I would have gotten really angry and just been angry all weekend if I did actually watch the match. Scoreline was shocking. And I think there needs to be a bit of a rethink before the World Cup. Because that's not the kind of form Ireland want to be in in a World Cup year. They need to try and recapture the form they were in last year. I'm hoping Joe Schmidt uses that as a wake-up call for the World Cup. Because England throwing away that lead. Yeah, I enjoyed the fact that Wales won the Six Nations regardless after England's match. Even if they didn't get the Grand Slam. And the funnier thing is, if Ireland won the Wales match, I think with a bonus point they would have won the Six Nations. Like, it was one of the tighter Six Nations in recent years. Where 3 teams could have won it all on the last day. But no, props to Wales for winning it out and getting the Grand Slam. Yeah, I think if Wales hadn't won, England wouldn't have drawn against Scotland. England would have won that pretty easily. Would have been a dangerous one. Yeah, I mean, the big popular bailing epidemic. I know it's going to be hilarious. Bring the brown over, it's easier. The brown is dealing with the corn situation. Which is why it's not been brought over. Is the brown's tasked with the corn harvest and this job over here. I mean, Murray's been out of form for weeks. I'm shocked that he was allowed to play in the Six Nations, because he's not been in form for Munster for months. Like, Johnny Sexton, he can go through rough patches. But Conor Murray's been bad for a long time, so... You know, I'll put that failure down to Joe Schmidt being... You know, Joe Schmidt making a mistake. Because Murray should not have been playing. Based purely on form. Like, as far back as the Munster match that I was at, Murray was terrible. He has just been making consistent handling errors in judgment, and just massive mistakes for weeks and months now. He's playing them to get them back into form. I mean, that's not his job. His job is to pick the team that's in form to represent the nation. His job isn't to get players into form. Murray's definitely lost his touch with box kicking. Like, that's just... I would argue one of the weaker points of his game now is he tries to box kick and it just ends up going off in a random direction. Or going way too long and nobody has a chance of getting to it before the opposition does. Hey, 45BCB. Thank you very much for the like. Or the +1 as you put it. We're talking rugby, so I'm sorry for those of you who hate rugby. I know there's a few. My French is terrible. Parlez-vous en anglais? That's literally all the French I know. Hey, VF. English, please, 45, because I don't understand French. All I know is, do you speak English? He's in the poop pile. Well, that's the thing, is like, I guess, notorious for having this fascination with Manure, so it's kind of fitting that Rainbow Ridge has the Manure sell point. I'm notorious for like wanting to store Manure constantly and always wanting more because I've got this fascination with the free fertilizer. So like, other than a comment on my bad driving, I think it is quite fitting that Rainbow Ridge does have the Manure sell point. It's a 6610, not a 76 Massey. But it looks fantastic. That looks really... I'm looking forward to that, if he does bring it out. 135? No, I do not. There hasn't been a good one released yet. Will be at the 7610? That'd be nice. I just want more classic tractors, being honest. I don't particularly care about branding or numbers or whatever. But I just want more old tractors. Because right now, like, looking forward to Meadowgrove, there's nothing really old that I could use other than the Deutz that's hilariously overly loud. Helper Finish is task? No, it's not. You're lying to me, Helper J. Helper J, you are not finished. Classics, classics, classics. I just want classics. I don't care for brands when it comes to classics. I just want classic tractors. Like, give me a classic Massey, give me a classic John Deere, give me a classic Ford, give me a classic Fendt. The small tractors will I do crowdsourced again or Insanity? Insanity I want to come back at some point. Crowdsourced will probably return again, because that does tend to be a pretty popular series. But I think for Oakfield what I'll do is I'll just do a standard Let's Play. The game's always crying out for good old tractors, Jeremy. That's always like the thing that I find is weakest from the modding community, is the classics. It's always been the weak point, which has always annoyed me because I love the classics. Give me something from the mid-80s. I don't want the, you know, the new Fendt 73,000.2. Give me a, you know, an old rust bucket is what I want. If you wonder what I just did there, by the way, I've got a cushion that I was sitting on that was meant to be behind my back. Classic equipment is interesting and strange. Yeah! Like, I don't care for what brand it is, I just want a good classic tractor. I know VF, you're mental for your David Browns. I'd like a 135, but I'm not gonna go... Yeah, I'm not gonna throw a tantrum if there isn't one. Is the crowdsource challenge? Yes, it is. I'm not gonna get upset if there's no good 135 released for 19. I know the classics are a bit difficult to come by good information for. But, you know, the way I see it, the more the merrier when it comes to the classic tractors. There just will never be enough for me. There's a John Deere 3050 in the testing list. Or there was last time I checked it, which was last night. So I don't know. Don't know if it's still there. But that's something I definitely like to see coming out. Right, well, you're emptying. I can get you onto this line here that's going to be a bit wonky. I think the Giants would do some classics. The problem is, often it isn't up to Giants, it's down to the individual brands, and they want to promote what they're trying to sell. So say John Deere isn't wanting to sell a Model A or a 3050 or something like that. John Deere trying to sell the 6R and the 7R and the 8R. Thank you, whoever just subscribed. I can't see it right now. Come here, Streamlabs. Gaming Vanix, I make out. Yes, Gaming Vanix, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rugby Manor. Hope you enjoy your stay. New Vatsim codec will come with voice Unicom. Oh dear. I foresee a lot of inappropriate songs being played over Unicom. Also, Hayden, did you listen to the Hailstorm song I sent you? The one that I can't actually name in stream because the name is inappropriate. You haven't got it at house. Okay. Fortress. Actually, yeah, that's something I need to download. Yeah, good call there, Yanis. I need to download those portraits. But there's still, like, not really enough to run a classic farm properly. Or a vintage farm, whatever you want to call it. What's really ridiculous is cars from the 90s. The Nissan Sunny is technically a vintage car now. Because vintage is anything over 25 years old. The bloody Nissan Sunny is a vintage car. And a collector car now. The least... like the car with the least personality in motoring history. 2023. Hello, Matt! You need to get yourself a vintage Nissan Sunny. My neighbours, I think, have one still. Last I checked, they had one. I don't know if they got a new one. Morning. Have you only just woken up? A Volvo 940 GL. It's a classic. Okay. Okay, Matt. Vintage! Is vintage over 50 years old then? Because I know there's a difference between vintage and classic, technically. What are you oh, that'll do, I guess. As long as it doesn't ruin the crops, I'm fine with it. What I want to do now... They changed the years. Oh yeah, classics are now like before. Is it 1976 or something? They changed it to like a specific year. Kicks it in now. Because there were too many cars still on the roads that had the tax exemption for being a classic or a vintage car, and they had to get more tax money somehow. Yeet yeet. How are you getting on with Zebo, by the way, Matt? I've heard of Ride of the Valkyries. Yes. That's one of Wagner's all-time classics. Vintage is pre-1930. And classic is is it 1976 or something? Can you imagine that being played? I'd be fine with that being played over Unicom. I would be perfectly fine with Ride of the Valkyries being played over Unicom. Landy's live? Oh, well, there goes my plan for the next thing to do then. Could do that tomorrow. So that is gonna pretty much do it for today, assuming Landy is in fact live. If somebody else would like to, just let me know. Because I can't remember where I put my phone. You've been painting. Ooh, very posh. Matt's getting posh in his old age. With his boy racer mobile, his chavmobile, and his painting. And he is live. Well, what I'm going to do before I end the stream is I want to set off the wool. Because I just need to clear out space here. And setting off the wool is going to be a good kind of solution to that problem. Setting off one batch of wool will be fine as well. Why do I go off? Because Landy is on. Because I don't want to stream for too long, and myself and Landy share a lot of subs, so just sending you guys over to Landy is just as easy. Yeah, you can head over to Landy right now if you want. I'm only going to be selling this wool. I will have a video in the morning with a single wheel spin, not two like some have suggested. Because I think tomorrow I'm due a wheel spin, and no problem, Paul. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream today. I know it's kind of been a bit of a dull one where I've only been doing one or two jobs, but they're jobs that have needed to be done. Tomorrow's video will be setting up for the DLC. Landy is confirmed live. I know. I'm doing a long sign out today. Tomorrow's video will be setting up for the DLC, so I will be doing some cheating with permission from some of you guys from the previous video, the last video that I did. So we'll be buying Field 23 and starting the prep work. That's all going to be in videos. I'm not going to stream any of Field 23, so all the Field 23 prep is going to be in videos only. And we're going to be putting poplars in there because that's what the DLC has. That's kind of the big deal. It is the bio baler. Field 15 is going to be into silage again, but it's going to be square silage bales, so I can use the X tractor, which I will be cheating in as well. I'm going to be very blunt now and going to cheat that in so that I can show it off to you guys. The funny thing is, poplars aren't exactly realistic for the UK. They'd normally use energy willows, but poplars are what's available. But that is going to do it for today as we sell the wool. I'll leave you by saying I've been Rainbow Dave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 19 on Marwell Manor Farm. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching the VOD. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.